Hello viewers, in this video I am going to be making ata dudu. Sometimes people confuse ata dudu with ayamashe and ewa going stew. They are completely different. Ata dudu is popularly known as shito in Ghana, which sometimes is quite long, but you don't have to add tomatoes, you don't have water to ata dudu. You have to use oil, and it's not palm oil. To make ata dudu, which is the black stew, we're going to be using vegetable oil or sunflower oil, and if you like olive oil, because it's quite healthy, please use olive oil. Thanks for watching and see you shortly. Right, so in this video I'm going to be making ata dudu. To make ata dudu, which is the black stew, I'm going to need for sunflower oil, so I'm going to need that. I'm going to need 100 grams of my tomato paste, 150 grams of my peeled fresh ginger, 3 medium-sized onions that has been cut, 1 tablespoon of salt, 20 grams of scotch bonnet, that's the 20 grams, I need only one, 60 grams of my crayfish, so I need my crayfish there. I'll need 3 Maggies, which I'm going to use. I love to use Maggi when it comes to seafoods. I've got 40 grams here, 40 grams of my dried grounded cayenne pepper. I've got 40 grams of my prawns, dried prawns, so I'm going to be using the dried prawns as well. I'm going to be using 100 grams of herring fish. This is dried herring fish, sometimes it's called bonga fish. This is my tilapia. I've actually bought it, I roasted it, so it's dried, so that's what I'm going to be using as well. I'm going to be using my dried grilled tilapia. Right, so let's get started. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you shortly. I'm going to blend my onions, so I'm going to blend the onions, so I'm going to put bit there. For this particular recipe, we're not going to use any water. I'm just going to put half of my ginger there, and so I'm going to blend it in 2 parts, so just add that, and also I'm going to use oil instead of using water. I'm going to use oil, so it's going to be quite easy for me to blend. Right, halfway through I'm going to add half of my fish as well, because I need to blend everything together. I'm also going to add half of my prawns. This is the first batch of the blend. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to repeat the whole process for the rest of my ingredients. So I'm just going to add, that's my prawns. I'm also going to add my herring fish there. Also, I'm going to add scotch bonnet into that. I'm also going to add my tilapia fish. Make sure you remove the bones. Make sure you remove the bones when adding your tilapia fish. I'm just going to add that too. And remember, because we're not using water, I need to add my oil as well. So you just have to add your oil, and that's what's going to help it to blend nicely and quicker. So I'm just going to blend everything together, and yeah. What you need to do next is to pour this into a pot. I'll pour my contents inside the pot. So I'm going to add the rest of my oil into the mixture. For the next 15 minutes to make this ata dudu, what you need to do is just to stir and keep stirring and make sure that it does not get burnt. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you after 15 minutes. Right, as you can see, it's been 15 minutes now, and it's actually changing color, and that is actually what we want. That's actually what we want. So it is at this point that you might want to add your Maggi. What I've just done is just to grind the Maggi and just pound it. So I'm just going to put the 3 Maggies inside. Perfect. I'm also going to add my 40 grams of grounded cayenne pepper. Just spread it on top of that. 60 grams, which is 4 tablespoons. So I'm going to add that to 3 and 4. Fantastic. Right. I'm also going to add my 100 grams of tomato paste, and that goes in there. Fantastic. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of salt. So that's 1 tablespoon of salt. Brilliant. If you want to add more salt, that's fine, but too much salt is not good for your health, remember that. So yeah, I'm just going to mix that, and I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And remember, it's going to be at a low heat. The more I stir, the more it's going to go black at the end of it. So it might take time, don't worry, because this particular stew takes, the recipe takes time to get to that level, but you just have to be patient when you're making Dudu. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you shortly. So far it's looking good and tasting good. This process has been on for like 1 hour now, and it still has to allow another 1 hour to go. Right, it's been there for over 1.5 hours now, and as you can see, it's turning black, and that's why it's called as you can see, that's the Dudu. What I'm going to do is just allow this to cook for another 30 minutes. Right, thank you viewers. The Dudu is ready now, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like, and that's it. That's the Dudu. And yeah, so it reminds me of school when I was in secondary school. You know, anytime we're eating in the dining and the food is not enough, we just make feshelu. It's eba with cold water, and use it to touch this particular stew. You know, it's lovely. And you don't need fridge, you don't need anything. Really. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Till then, ciao.